Groovy tapping in, man. Welcome back to the channel. Examining the ongoing lie of LeBron's elite defense. Wow, this title caught my attention. I hear a lot of y'all saying that LeBron's defense is overrated. And when it comes to like me ranking LeBron over Kobe back then, the reason why I would do that is because like I would have this narrative in my head that LeBron James was a way better defender than Kobe Bryant. Like there was no comparison at all. But you know, I'm doing my research and I'm starting to figure out that Kobe Bryant was a dog on defense too. You feel me? And he was way better than I thought he was. I don't know. I just always thought that LeBron was a two-way player, a great defender. But I guess in this video, Scap Attack gonna let me know, man, that LeBron is not a great defender. So before we get into it, like the video, comment down below any videos y'all want me to react to next. And last but not least, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's hop straight into it.
Well, the LeBron propaganda machine has been working overtime as of late, likely as some thinly veiled tactic to distract us all of the very credible-looking ongoing reports pertaining to the stories connecting James to performance enhancers. Quick, everyone, don't look.
Performance enhancers? What? Hold up. Damn, I never heard LeBron doing that. Hold up.
Stories connecting James to performance enhancers. Quick, everyone, don't look at those reports over there. Instead, look over here at this "we done with the 90s" trending bit of nonsense. But one thing this latest trend has fanned the flame of even more so in recent days and weeks is the ongoing, seemingly never-ending debate between LeBron James and Michael Jordan. And one such thing that has been highlighted as of late is the glaring absence of a Defensive Player of the Year award on the Kings' resume. Of course, as we know, Jordan won both the Defensive Player of the Year and League MVP in the same season, in which he also led the league in scoring. Yeah, LeBron never did that, but
that's crazy. To lead the league in scoring and then go out and win the Defensive Player of the Year in the same exact season is crazy. That's unheard of. Like, come on, bro. You don't see that happening in the NBA, bro. And that should let you know, bro, Mike is the ultimate two-way player, bro. Like, come on, dog. That's crazy.
But according to his rabid jock-sniffing attack dogs throughout both the mass media and various social media platforms, James totally deserved the award in the 2012-2013 season. A year many claim James was at his very best and was cheated out of the Defensive Player of the Year award, costing him the perfect season. Yeah, this is a claim that many have just accepted to be canon, but taking a closer look into this season really begs the question of how this vote was even close in the first place. Of course, it was Memphis's Marc Gasol who ultimately won the award in what was a fairly tight vote, as he received only 212 of a possible 1,089 points, including just 30 first-place votes from a panel of 121 sports writers and broadcasters. LeBron finished second with 149 points and 18 first-place votes. And in case you were wondering why that might have been,
what's the stats
there is
looking
really
like?
Only one viable answer. The pathetic push to pack LeBron's resume with undeserving accolades was already well underway by the 2012-2013 season, as LeBron had practically no case whatsoever for that award that year. He was, after all, on the Miami Heat super team juggernaut. So while they did have the top record in the league, posting a 66-win campaign, the only remaining question is, so what? That's exactly what they were supposed to do. Memphis, on the other hand, had a 56-26 record with about as limited of an offensive roster as you can possibly imagine. The Grizzlies' leading scorer that season was Rudy Gay, who averaged only 17 points per game, but he only appeared in 42 total games on the season, making their qualified leading scorer that year Zach Randolph, who averaged just 15.5 points per game.
Damn, so Marc Gasol definitely deserved the award, though. The fact that his team wasn't putting up points like that, his leading scorer in Rudy Gay only playing 40-some games, and then the second leading scorer on the team is only averaging 15.4 points in Zach Randolph. And the fact that they winning a lot of games, it has to be because of their defense. So yeah, with that being said, I would give it to Marc Gasol. They're winning games based off of their defense.
What?
Yes, you heard that
is
correctly.
crazy, though.
A team won only 2 games fewer on the season than the Parker, Ginobili, Duncan, and Kawhi
With
Leonard
no
Spurs,
offense for real.
with Zach Randolph leading the team in scoring at 15 points per game.
That's crazy.
And you might be wondering just how exactly they did that.
Defense.
Well, their defense, of course.
Exactly.
The Grizzlies led the NBA in points allowed that season at only 88.7 per night.
That's
Can
tough.
you wrap your heads around this premise, kids? A team holding other NBA teams in the 80s per
80s,
game
that's
for an
tough.
entire 82
They
game
really
season.
locking up.
Hell, that's basically a halftime score these days.
For real.
Anyway, it was Marc Gasol who anchored that defense.
Yeah.
Memphis had a plus 7.5 score differential with Gasol on the court versus a minus 3.9 when he was on
That's
the
a
bench.
big difference.
In addition to that, Gasol ranked very highly in the advanced metrics on the defensive end as he finished 5th in net defensive rating, 2nd in defensive win shares, and led the league in defensive box plus minus. And LeBron, you might be wondering?
Let's see.
Yeah, well, he finished 8th in defensive win shares, 5th in defensive box plus minus,
hell
and
no.
49th
That's not even close.
in defensive rating. Yet we are routinely inundated with the lie that LeBron got cheated this season.
Nah.
And piggybacking on that one is the age-old tale that LeBron was an elite defender throughout the course of his entire NBA career, and that he could defend all positions 1 through 5.
Everybody say that though. Like everybody be like LeBron can guard 1 through 5 and this and that, bro. I hear that narrative all the time, bro.
While LeBron was a high-level defender for a portion of his career, it was during a limited segment. As the same jock-sniffing media obsessed with padding LeBron's resume
Look at
as
this
much
clip,
as
bro.
they possibly can, you know, the same group that tried their damnedest to
controller
give him this
dying.
Defensive Player of the Year award, yeah, they were the same ones that vote on all NBA defensive teams every season. And you know, if they were only able to get LeBron 5 first-team selections and 1 second-team selection in 21 years, his defense was wildly overrated for the vast majority of his career.
Damn.
Oh, and all 6 of his selections came in a consecutive 6-year span. He was named to the first team for 5 straight seasons beginning in 2008-2009 and running through 2012-2013. With the very season he was robbed of that Defensive Player of the Year award being his final on the first team. He was then named to 1 second team the next season in 2014 and then never again after that. As the remainder of his career over the last decade now and counting has been spent with him resting and loafing around the court on the defensive end so he can continually
it's not a
stat
bad-
pad his all-important hollow box scores on the other end. And
That's a
yet,
bad look,
his
bro.
ignorant stan base continues to eat it all up, including the fact LeBron was 3 votes away from winning Defensive Player of the Year award that season.
That's
where,
crazy.
despite the narrow margin of differential for Gasol, it wasn't that close. But gee, I wonder where this idea came from.
And he was 3 votes away from winning Defensive Player of the Year.
No, not just the media. This narrative got percolating in the first place from the source itself, the undisputed king of narcissism and self-aggrandizing. Yeah, he was very disappointed about the voting. The following is an excerpt from an article by Ben Golliver from April 25th of 2013.
What'd he say?
Quote, Thunder center Kendrick Perkins publicly championed teammate Serge Ibaka, who finished 3rd. Spurs guard Manu Ginobili stood up for teammate Tim Duncan, who finished 6th. And now, one of the league's most influential voices has spoken up on behalf of himself, of course. And LeBron went on to be quoted in this article saying, as it pertained to the voting, quote, "It sucks, it sucks, it sucks." And we saw as recently as 3 years ago, the self-proclaimed king and GOAT, who has been giving himself undeserving titles for years,
LeBron,
was
you
still
gotta
harboring
stop,
some
bro.
ill will towards Gasol.
Marc has my Defensive Player of the Year trophy at his house.
So just be sure to put
Wow, he really said that on an interview?
Gasol.
Marc has my Defensive Player of the Year trophy at his house.
So just be sure to put all of the fairy
No.
tales of this perceived elite defense that LeBron has played throughout his career.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. This clip is crazy, bro. When it come to defense, bro, you have to put in some type of effort. Come on, dog. Look at this,
Tales
bro.
of this perceived elite defense that LeBron has played throughout his career in the proper context, like all of the other wildly overrated and embellished accomplishments in the Kings' treasure trove, which, as has always been the case, will remain light on the hardware that really matters.
That's crazy, man. That was a crazy video right there. Examining the ongoing lie of LeBron's elite defense. Damn, bro. And it's crazy because, like, he was literally still pissed off that he didn't get the award. Like, he's saying it in interviews and stuff like that. That's crazy, man. LeBron, you gotta chill, bro. From the stats that I just seen on the screen, bro, Marc Gasol deserved that trophy. His team was literally winning games based off of their defense. And majority of their defense was coming from him. Like, he was the defensive anchor on their squad, you know, with they first leading scorer averaging 17 and their second leading scorer averaging 15, bro. They're winning games based off of defense. You feel me? And they're high up in the rankings in the Western Conference. They played in a tougher conference than you did, and you had more help. You feel me? So you got to get that award to Marc Gasol. You know what I'm saying? And then as far as like the defensive stats, like your stats wasn't even up there with Marc Gasol's for real. But in the comments down below, man, do y'all think LeBron James' defense is overrated? Y'all let me know in the comments down below, man. There's a lot of clips out there, though, that makes it look like LeBron James' defense is overrated and that he don't try on defense. Which is cap a little bit, because we done all seen, like, great defensive plays that LeBron done made on the brightest stages. But, I mean, to be the defensive player of the year, though, bro, like, you got to put in the effort literally every single play. And the stats has to be there. You feel me? You can't just self-proclaim yourself as the best defender in the league, bro. Like, the proof has to be there, you know? So, I mean, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments down below, man. If y'all like the reaction, man, hit the like button and comment down below any videos y'all want me to react to next. And last but not least, subscribe to the channel if you new. Young Groovy signing out. I'm going to catch y'all in the next vid.